Welcome to Mantra Medicine, everyone. I'm delighted to connect with you for a special edition of Mantra Medicine where I have invited a guest, mantra lover, mantra chanter, to join me today. So let me know if you're joining and watching live. I'm here on Facebook. And I'm also just going live on my Instagram as well as YouTube. So you can put a comment in the chat box if you're going to be joining us. And I have a deep passion for sharing mantra as a way, as a practice to improve our health, our well-being, our happiness. And so tonight I'm going to, well, it might be daytime where you are, but I have my special guest, Kiavanni Keehan, joining me. And we have been sharing our love and passion for mantra since we met in 2020. And just a little bit of a backstory, I think it was in about 2015. I had a soul reading with one of my mentors, Francisco Quintero. And in that soul reading, it came through that you're going to do kirtan. And at the time, I think I might have been to 1 or 2 kirtans in my life. And I was like, wow, I'm going to offer kirtan. Like that's what came through, connected with my soul in this soul reading. So for like 5 years, I was like, where's this connection going to happen? How am I going to be offering kirtan? I had no idea how it was all going to unfold. And then in 2020, I moved out of Sydney and I met Kiavanni and another friend, Leandro, and they both said, we're putting together a kirtan band. Would you like to be in it? And I was like, yes. It was like the door opened and I was like, I've been waiting for this. So yeah, for the last 5 years, Kiavanni and I have really devoted ourselves to this practice, which is known as Bhakti yoga, the practice of devotion. And we love to share mantra with community and bring community together in this space of kirtan. So I'm going to bring Kiavanni on. Here he is. Hi, Kiavanni.
Namaste, Maddie.
Namaste. Welcome to Mantra Medicine. So really, you were my first kirtan teacher because I don't know whether you heard my introduction then. But when I met you, I hadn't ever led or offered kirtan. I'd been to 1 or 2 and had a really good time and experience. So when you invited me to be part of a kirtan band and group, to start to share mantra, I was learning from you. And I know it's been a beautiful journey for me to really devote to this practice and holding space with kirtan. And I would love to know a little bit about your journey with mantra.
Sure. So actually how this started for me is also quite an interesting journey in a similar fashion. I was in a cafe one day and a man walked up to me and said, "Hey, do you play music?" And I said, "Yeah. Did somebody talk to you here, or what? Why are you asking me this question?" He said, "I don't know. I think you're supposed to call my wife." And I said, "Well, that's kind of interesting." So he gave me this number for his wife, and I kind of started to question him. He said, "Look, I need to go back to work now. Just take the number and call her." So I left, and obviously I was kind of puzzled, and I was thinking, what just happened? Anyway, I thought, why not? So I give her a call. And she said, "Okay, I run some spiritual events, and in part of my events, we do some mantras sometimes. Do you chant mantras?" And I said, "Well, I do, but in my own time." At that point, I'd never been to a kirtan, and I'd never sung kirtan in my life. So I went to this event, and she had this large event. And at the end, she said, "Okay, now Kiavanni's going to chant some mantras," which I was obviously quite overwhelmed and shocked at the fact that somehow I wound up at this event with this woman I'd never met and never even spoken to, and now I'm chanting mantras in this circle. So I just thought, okay, so I closed my eyes and I started to chant something. And when I opened my eyes, a lot of people were crying and laughing, and there was a lot of something was happening in the room. And I thought, this is really quite interesting. So she came up to me and she said, your destiny is to sing kirtan. And she said, I'm going to organize an event for you, and all you have to do is turn up, and everything's going to be planned. You don't do anything. You just turn up and sing. I said, okay, no problem. Sounds great. And I went home, and the first thing I did was I took my phone and I Googled, what is kirtan? I had never even heard of kirtan before. And the videos that I saw, of course, were some classical Indian kirtan, very traditional. And I looked at that and I thought, I don't know how to do that, but I'm going to make something and I'm going to offer something with my heart. So I went home and I learned a few mantras and I practiced a few songs and I kind of made something up, and it was all very spontaneous. And I turned up at that event, and she had organized Leandro, who you spoke about, who was sitting there, and she goes, Kiavanni, meet Leandro, Leandro, meet Kiavanni. And we had about 20 minutes to prepare. And I said, okay, quick, I'm going to show you everything that I've practiced. I showed him, I looked at him, and he said, I think it's going to be all right. And since then, that was it. I mean, I just kept getting called to that space, and I felt like I had found something that had found me in a way. And to be honest, I look at the whole thing and it's all quite synchronistic and spontaneous, and it's almost as if it was planned, not as if I ever chose to do kirtan. Yeah, so that's the story of that.
I completely relate. The journey is intertwined, and yes, it's definitely felt like a deep soul purpose and destiny to serve through mantra, to serve with mantra. And like what you shared, like even the first time that you were in a space and asked to share mantra, when you opened your eyes, people were crying. Like that's what's been deeply touching about offering this service of mantra and kirtan is the way that it can heal and transform and uplift a person's vibrational field and open the heart and clear out whatever lower vibrations have been troubling them. And I feel like we witness this again and again each month in that kirtan space, and why the kirtan space, it's not about us, it's about the community, the people that come to connect in that moment, and the energy that we hold together, as one heart, and how transformative that can be. It's like it almost becomes a little bit addictive, but I think it's a good addiction.
Absolutely.
Can you share? You can share whatever you want. I'm going to ask you a question, but feel free to speak out whatever you feel. Tell me about your personal practice with mantra.
That's a really interesting question. It's quite, I think back to how my personal practice with mantra started. And again, I'm not really too sure how it all happened. At some point, somebody gave me some. So Rudrakshas played a really big part in my life, actually. This mala. Mala is one thing that can be used for chanting mantra. And over my life, I've been given many mala by people. That has just been a recurring theme that has happened. And that has always kind of initiated me into chanting a mantra. I would say, if anything in my life has played the most profound aspect of my personal spiritual growth and transformation, it has been mantra. Not anything else, not meditation, not yoga, not anything else. even to the point where I would say there was aspects of mantra that I never could have imagined that have opened in my life, that have opened different dimensions in my life, that have transformed me, that have made me feel so much positive energy in my life now that I can't even remember how I used to feel. Now there's so much positivity and so much cosmic energy that enters in my life through the power of mantra. My experience of life is unrecognizable now. And I would say that is 100% because of the practice of chanting mantra. And I would say as well, one more thing is that a mantra is a really amazing practice because you can take it with you wherever you go. Where yoga, you have to stand on a mat, you have to practice that. And it's very hard to do in today's age. If you are working and doing those things, you can't practice yoga 10 hours a day. It's not feasible. It's not possible. Mantra, you can practice all day. You can do it all day. Whatever you're doing, you can chant mantra, you can chant japa. And that is why I think in today's day of age, in the environment and the world that we live in, mantra is so important. And as you would know, and as we've discussed many times, you can drive and you can chant. What else can you practice when you're driving? You can't close your eyes and start meditating like this. You'll just drive off a cliff. But we can keep our eyes open and we can chant mantra. So for that, from a personal perspective of how it's touched my life, and from a holistic expression of how it is impacting this world, mantra to me is the very important aspect of spiritual practice.
Beautifully shared. And I'm right there with you. I know my guru has always taught as a spiritual practice, Jo Bu Li Ko, and it means mantra never leaves the mouth. And so I've been very grateful to align more deeply with that practice. I can't say that I'm doing it 24/7, although I have had experiences where I've woken up in the morning and I feel like something inside of me has been chanting whilst I've been sleeping. Like, you know, when you sometimes wake up and you're already singing in your heart. I feel like you've probably had lots of those experiences.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, definitely can relate to that one. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, you're going to be sharing a mantra with all of us today, everyone watching live or watching on the replay. And this is a practice, a session for you to jump in and do with us, right? So I've shared the mantra that Kiavanni is going to be singing and leading us to chant with him, Om Namah Shivaya. This is one of the first mantras I learned with Kiavanni. And so, yeah, I'm going to hand it over to you to lead us through this mantra as medicine, and you can introduce it. And I'll just let anyone know who's watching live, you can be like our sounding board. We've had a little trial and there's a bit of a lag when we're trying to sing together. So just let us know if the sound isn't quite coming through right with us singing together at some point. I'll just leave it for Kiavanni to sing and join back later. So thanks, Ki.
Beautiful. Thank you, Maddie. So Om Namah Shivaya is like a key to access something within ourselves. It's a key to like what I would say is it's a different type of complete vibration. I mean, and a different type of accessing a portion of ourselves from where we can completely clean ourselves. We can become very clean. And also we can transform everything in our life. So Om Namah Shivaya is 5 sound. Namah Shivaya. And of course, Om is the cosmic sound of the whole universe. So Namah Shivaya. What is this? This is a formula. This is a cosmic code. This is a cosmic, like each one is like, you imagine you're pushing a button to a kind of like access the nuclear reactor of love, like nuclear reactor of cosmic energy, nuclear reactor of everything good. And I say nuclear reactor because it is that powerful. Actually, it's more powerful than all the nuclear bomb on the planet. Is the power of the love which is contained inside of NAMAH SHIVAYA. Is a pure love. It's a pure light that is consciousness, oneness of consciousness and bliss. So that is Om Namah Shivaya. So yeah, feel free, please chant along to this one. As Maddie said, this is our very first mantra together. It's very nostalgic. Actually, I think I would say this is kind of one of my very first mantra that I was chanting and playing all this time. So, and that I hold very dearly to my heart. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Hara 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 Mahadeva Shambho. Hara 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 Mahadeva Shambho. Hara 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 Mahadeva Shambho. Hara 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 Mahadeva Shambho. Om Namah Shivaya. 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 Hara 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 Mahadeva Shambho. Hara 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 Mahadeva Shambho. Hara 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 Mahadeva Shambho. Hara 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 Mahadeva Shambho. Hara 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 Mahadeva Shambho. Hara 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 Mahadeva Shambho. Hara 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 Mahadeva Shambho. Shiva Shambho, 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 Shiva Shambho. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
So beautiful. And so grateful to chant with you and to be able to host you here, and lots of people chanting with us, even though we can't see them. We can hear you. We can feel you. Thank you, Ki. And so we've got an opportunity that we're offering this weekend on Saturday in Sydney. Kiavanni and I, every month, hosting a kirtan event on the Central Coast, and occasionally, a couple of times a year, we host events in Sydney. And so we've got something coming up this Saturday, so I'll pass it over to Ki to share more about it, and I'm sharing a link in the chat box. We would love you to join us if you're based in Sydney.
So this event is called SKY, which SKY stands for Sound Healing, Kirtan, and Yogic Breathwork. And very excited to be able to share this with my dear mother, who's coming and who's going to be teaching pranayama, which is another name for breathwork, for anybody who's not familiar with that. And of course, Maddie, so excited to be sharing more kirtan with you. As always, it's such a beautiful pleasure. We have a guest performer coming, Nishant, who will be playing tabla. He's played on a lot of world stages, actually, around big famous festival and things. So that'll be really beautiful. And of course, my dear brother Chaitanya Shri, who's a master sound healer from Nepal, and who's been devoting his whole life to that field of sound healing and offering to help transform people's lives, including mine. I would say he played a huge and integral role in changing my life in a big way, for the better and for the good, and very close. So everyone, this is like a kind of family. I feel like somehow it's like all our family are coming together to celebrate life and to share that vibration of love and relationship that we've developed over years, actually. And so yeah, the journey will be very transformative. It will be a very beautiful opportunity to create a big shift in your life, that will, can help really change things for a positive direction, I would say, is definitely. So yeah, that's about the event.
Great. So the event is being put on by Sacred Road, and I've shared the link for the Sacred Road website and the event details in the chat box. So welcome you. If you have any questions, you can put them in the chat box. This is our next offering, and we are always excited to share the power of Kirtan, and especially with this collaboration with the sound healing and the breath work as well. I really look forward to actually being a participant. I'm very much looking forward to being a participant. And it's going to be at a stunning venue, the Mossman Art Gallery, which is like an incredible space. So yeah, we hope you can join us for this sky journey. And thank you so much, Ki, for joining Mantra Medicine. It's been great to have you as the first guest. You'll have to come back for more.
Thanks for the honor of being here in this beautiful space that you've been holding, and doing a really beautiful offering for the humanity. So thank you for the work you do, and for the offering and the gifts that you share from your soul and your heart.
Thank you. Let us really join our hearts together, and through mantra spread more love, peace, and harmony, because that is truly what is needed and going to make a big, big difference on Mother Earth. So we will see you again soon. Thanks for joining, everyone. Lots of love. Bye.